I'm Adam Aizer here with Dave Richard and Jamey Eisenberg on Fantasy Football Today, presented by BetMGM. Really excited for today's show because we've done so many drafts recently, and we've got some takeaways, things that have changed for us, just realizations that we've had, things that we can help you with as you go into your drafts. We're also going to check in with Heath Cummings. Heath is in Memphis, Tennessee. He's doing a draft right now with some content creators to benefit St. Jude. We're going to check in with them. Right now, let's check in with Dave and Jamey. Brian Robinson Jr. traded to the 49ers for a 6th-round pick. Dave, what is your fantasy reaction here?
I almost have no reaction. I understand that Brian Robinson was a big-time deal for the Commanders and the starter for them and all that. Christian McCaffrey is still the unquestioned lead guy for the 49ers, and I'm not moving him an inch in my rankings. I still view him as a top 5 running back. Who backs him up is a more interesting question because Brian Robinson, you'd think, would immediately go into that role. I'm not as sure. Isaac Guerendo did a really good job last year as the backup running back in San Francisco. He averaged over 5 yards per carry on zone runs. Brian Robinson last year, it was Washington, so a different offensive line. He was at 3.6 yards per carry on zone runs. And we know the 49ers want to run a lot of that zone run scheme. Robinson was better in power gap runs, so maybe they use him a little bit more when they decide to go in that direction. But I think fantasy managers really, they're going to benefit if they take Christian McCaffrey because no one's going to want to draft Guerendo. No one's really going to want to draft Brian Robinson. You can take your pick of those two 49ers running backs if you want to back up Christian McCaffrey with another running back on your bench.
I think it's going to be Robinson as the backup running back there for McCaffrey. I agree with Dave. This shouldn't make anybody panic about McCaffrey. Where he's going in drafts is perfectly fine. Should be a top 5 overall pick. As long as he's healthy, he's going to dominate touches. But now, if he does miss time, it will probably be a committee. But I don't think they make this move to go get Brian Robinson if they were just sold on A, Guerendo being completely fine in that role, and B, healthy, which I think is the biggest thing. Because right now you're looking at Guerendo dealing with an on and again, off again shoulder injury. Jordan James, who they drafted, dealing with a finger injury. They've already put Patrick Taylor on IR. They just have a slew of injuries in their backfield. So making this type of move to get a veteran who can help them makes a lot of sense. So in the event that we do have McCaffrey go down, it's probably going to be a shared situation between Guerendo and Robinson. I would lean slightly toward Robinson, but a guy that you're only taking with one of your last picks.
Jamey, and then Dave, give me your thoughts on the Commanders' backfield now and how you're drafting them.
It's going to be messy. I think we're going to see 3 guys sharing the ball at some point throughout the season. Probably early on it's going to be Ekeler staying in his same role, maybe a slight uptick in playing time, maybe a couple more carries, but I think they like the 2 guys that they have to replace Brian Robinson Jr. and Jacory, Croskey-Merritt, and Chris Rodriguez. I think by the time we get to the middle to the end of the season, Little Bill is going to be a dominant force and somebody that I want on a lot of my fantasy teams. I think they make this move because they like what they see in him. They've had Chris Rodriguez on their roster. They know what he's capable of, and they know that his ceiling is limited. So while he may have a short yardage role, he may get a couple of touchdowns early in the season. This is the opportunity that they needed to get Jacory, Croskey-Merritt on the field. Ekeler is 30-plus years old. He is a passing down specialist for this team. That's what we saw last year. This is going to be Little Bill by the middle of the season. I told Dave this on CBS Sports HQ before. I'm going to take Jacory, Croskey-Merritt ahead of Caleb Johnson at this point. I just think there's a better situation for him in Washington than there is for Caleb Johnson in Pittsburgh at the moment.
I wish I could be this excited about any of the Commanders' running backs because you're very excited about Croskey-Merritt, and I get it. He's fun. He did a nice job running against the Bengals backups in the preseason game. I'm not taking any of them until round 9 at the absolute earliest. And I am going to take Ekeler first because he catches passes, because I agree with you. I think he does take some of the carries away from both Croskey-Merritt and Chris Rodriguez. Does he get a lot of short yardage rushing touchdowns? No, but that's why I'm taking him in round 9. And I don't expect to start him in fantasy. But we did see last year 3 games when there was no Brian Robinson and there wasn't any Croskey-Merritt either. He averaged over 15 PPR points per game, Ekeler did. So I'm a little bit more enthused about Ekeler than I was before, Adam, but it's not like I'm going out of my way to take him in round 7 or round 8. I'll take him in round 9 when he's available, but it's to be on my bench to begin the year.
All right, well, if only there were a live draft we could look in right now to see when did Christian McCaffrey go? When are the Commanders running backs going to go? Oh, wait! We're going to go to Memphis, and we're going to check in with Heath Cummings and the CBS Sports Fantasy Football Creator Draft benefiting St. Jude Research Hospital. This is going to be a live draft, but this is going to be a very fun live draft. You can already see there's a lot more. They're throwing footballs. What the heck is going on? Let's check in and see what the most fun live draft in the world is doing right now.
3, 4,
new record, new high score.
I need a commercial break on that one.
Chat.
NFL postseason is going to be happening by the time.
DeAndre Swift. Oh,
We got a running back that's like my committee.
we're missing a ball.
My committee,
Oh, there it is,
buddy.
right there.
All right, chat.
All right, Chad,
He's
it's your
going to throw
turn.
for you.
Feel free to mess with yourselves.
Let's go, he.
1,
Tuffy.
2,
Look at a little
Look
Mahomes.
at the soft touch.
Look at that.
3.
Wide right.
We go live to CBS for this part.
It's on. We are currently, I believe, on CBS. This is perfect.
I love this for us.
Hey! Out of here.
That's 5.
5. That's not bad.
That's not terrible.
That's not great.
Chat. We get
Paul, can you
Drake
step in for
London.
Taffy?
Drake London.
That's a great pick.
Thanks.
So good.
Over for Kyle Pitts for you.
You want to talk to CBS for us before we continue?
I think we're going to take a short video break, and then I'll be talking to CBS.
Perfect. Taffy, you're up after that.
All right, sounds good. I got time to psych myself out.